On Wednesday and Thursday, Taiwan went into full lockdown, canceling hundreds of flights, closing schools, offices, and financial markets as Typhoon Krathon made landfall, leaving two people dead and bringing heavy rainfall to the island's southern region. Officials in the major port city of Kaohsiung, where the storm's eye is expected to pass, urged residents to stay indoors and avoid the seas, rivers, and mountains, warning of a potential repeat of the 1977 Typhoon Thelma disaster. However, the threat of storm surges, strong winds, and heavy rain remains as the typhoon slowly approaches Taiwan's coast, according to weather forecasters. Shortly after sunrise, residents of Kaohsiung, a city of about 2.7 million people, received emergency alerts urging them to seek shelter as winds picked up to over 160 kilometers per hour, 100 miles per hour. Kaohsiung's mayor, Chen Chi-mai, stated that the storm would weaken after making landfall, but would still bring strong winds and heavy rain. However, if the storm moves north, the winds could strengthen again, meaning the threat to Kaohsiung persists, and residents should not let their guard down. Be warned. After making landfall, the storm may downgrade into a tropical depression and dissipate, something that has only happened once before in Taiwan in 2000, according to meteorologists. At that time, Typhoon Thelma caused heavy rains that led to widespread flooding. On Wednesday, all cities and areas on the island declared a public holiday, shutting down financial markets, canceling domestic flights and 246 international flights, and evacuating over 10,000 people, mainly from the southern and eastern regions. Meanwhile, the Taipei city government announced an additional public holiday on Thursday, meaning financial markets will remain closed. Typhoons often hit Taiwan's eastern coast, which faces the Pacific Ocean, but Krathon is an unusual case as it is expected to make direct landfall on the western coast. The storm is expected to hit the area between Kaohsiung and the nearby city of Tainan early Thursday morning, then move northeast toward Taipei, Taiwan's capital, according to the Central Weather Administration (CWA). Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense has mobilized over 38,000 soldiers in readiness to respond. The North-South Highway remains operational, but with reduced service. Meanwhile, another weather expert from the organization Weather Risk has also issued a warning, stating the storm is about to make landfall, and the most severely affected area will be southern Taiwan. Currently, the center of the storm is off the coast of Kaohsiung, and the Galloping Coast is experiencing the full force of the storm's violent eye wall. Due to the strong winds and heavy rain, winds of up to level 15 have been recorded at Kaohsiung Port, indicating the storm's low-pressure core remains highly dense. Until tonight, southern Tainan needs to be on high alert for severe storms. Northern Taiwan is also being affected by moisture surrounding the storm and the northeast monsoon, leading to strong winds and heavy rain expected to last until tomorrow. Krathon is the first Category 4 or higher storm to hit Taiwan's densely populated western plain in at least 40 years. The affected areas are among the most populous in the world, with millions of people living in the storm's path. Infrastructure in these areas was already strained, and the added pressure from Typhoon Krathon could push it to a breaking point. The economy of these regions heavily relies on agriculture and tourism, both of which are likely to be severely impacted by the storm. Krathon's impact will extend beyond the immediate storm zone, with its effects rippling out across the region. The Philippines and Taiwan are critical hubs for international trade, and any disruption to these supply chains could have far-reaching consequences. The people living in these regions are no strangers to natural disasters, but even they are preparing for the worst. This is a clear reminder of the power of nature and the importance of being prepared. The severity of the storm has been heightened by the speed at which it developed, catching many by surprise. The people living in these areas are familiar with typhoons, but even they were taken aback by the speed and ferocity of Krathon. What are your thoughts on the impact of Super Typhoon Krathon? Have you or someone you know been affected by the storm? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to check out my previous videos on natural disasters and preparedness strategies. We'll get through this together.